think it's to cover their, if it's not in the notes, it didn't happen. It's why I beg folks to get all their records. You know what? And this this is so true. This is so true. If you are not pressing for all of your notes, and I do mean all of your notes, then you don't have a full idea and understanding of what your nurses and doctors are really saying about you. So that's why I tell people, please go to picnichealth.com. Picnichealth.com. It's the best $200 you will ever spend. And yes, it's $200. And yes, it might be something that has to be sacrificed and saved up for, but they pull, they like basically crowd pull all of your electric records. They consider that. Every record that you have floating out in the ether, this company pulls together, and you can go and decide. They have different levels. um, I don't quite remember all of the prices, but I know to get access to all of your records, notes included. Okay, so the comments, doctor's comments, no, all of that included is like $200. But I'm telling you guys to read what is written about you, or just to see what's left out, because um my chart doesn't do it. My chart is basically a system that is sold to medical networks. The medical network then decides what it will give you, the patient, access to. That's why when you have my chart, there's regular my chart and then bedside my chart. And bedside my chart tells you, like, who your medical team is for the day, what tests you have for the day, what it may even allow you to do things like order meals or ask for snacks. The minute that you are discharged, even in the computer, you could still be in the hospital, but the computer says discharged. You no longer have access to MySpace bedside. Consider that. Consider if you had a problem with a nurse. You're sick. You're too sick. You may have forgotten to write that nurse's name down, but you remember the day, or around about the day. You may have written to your friend, I had a problem with this nurse. So you have a timestamp. And then you think, it's okay, I can just go to my chart because it told me who was there. And a week after you get home, you get rested, you're finally you again, and now you're ready to complain, to make your complaints and your compliments. And then you go to your my chart and you can't find the names of the people that took care of you because it's no longer available. Hmm. I tell people this all the time. When I used to be up with Brittany, we would be up and she would send us notes. She would send us pictures of her my chart. And one night we were up, and as she's sending these notes, I'm reading them. And I'm like, girl, you didn't send me the same the same picture 4 times. And she's like, no, I didn't. I guess you did. She's like, no, I didn't. Look at the dates. I look at the date. The dates are definitely different. But the doctor description or the patient assessment, just that one little 4 or 5 lines where they have to write something, was just copied and pasted. It said 30, 33 AA female, sickle cell crisis, hemoglobin 6.7, uh, patient refuses blood transfusion. She'd actually had a red blood cell exchange during that visit, but it was hemoglobin 6.7 that got me. And then when she sent her blood test, her hemoglobin was 6.7. It dropped to 5.5. It dropped again to like 5.3. Then it went up to 6.1 or 6.2. And all of that had happened on the days that doctor had just cut and paste the notes in hemoglobin 6.7. So yeah, you really do want the doctor's notes, because when the doctor's notes, when you get their comments, that's when you get stuff like possible seeker, uh, addiction question mark, patient is difficult, advocate is difficult. That's when you get the badly written telenovela of your life that's being written by people who don't even know you and don't even care enough to have a proper understanding of you and don't even respect you as a patient or care about your health enough to be accurate in their documentation that is protected by the federal government. Like, I know you have to be sick of me saying that. Your medical records are so sacred, supposedly, that they are protected and have their own laws, protected by our federal government, most powerful government on the planet. And yet and still, these people are over here living out their fantasies of being great Hollywood writers and directors, and I don't know, maybe the next VC Andrews of a generation. Like, come on now. Like, really, they need to do better, and as patients, we really need to begin to demand that they do better, because this is ridiculous. Yeah.